There's been a lot of talk of controversy, plot holes, and fan theories about how the Darksaber is passed on and what it means. This is all obviously coming out from the season finale of season 2 of The Mandalorian. And during my review with Fabulous Flicks, we also had kind of these same concerns. This controversy stems from Sabine finding the Darksaber in Rebels and giving it to Bo Katan to rule Mandalore. There was no fight. There was no yield. Bo Katan accepted it, albeit, reluctantly. And you see in that finale, they say some of the clans are with her, and that they also mention that the Empire will be coming and they need a strong ruler to, protect them. So fast forward to the Mandalorian, and the Darksaber is now in Moff Gideon's possession. Mandalore has been turned to glass. And when we get introduced to Bo Katan, she wants the weapon back so she can retake what's left of Mandalore back from the Empire. She clearly states during the finale that Moff Gideon is hers. She needs to be the one to defeat him. And then when we find Moff Gideon in the finale, he tells Djarin that he knows everything. And it appears that he has set up this duel so that he, instead of being on the bridge, he now will fight Djarin. And, Din wins the duel and takes the Darksaber, not knowing anything really about the meaning of this weapon. Considering he is a foundling, he's not from Mandalore. He's just grown up with the traditions of the Children of the Watch, and that's more or less it. So when Bo Katan sees that Moff Gideon has been defeated by Djarin and he has the saber in hand, she looks upset. There is a storm brewing beneath those eyes. And Moff Gideon then clarifies for us that the Darksaber has no power itself, but the story has the power. How that Darksaber was won, that's what gives the weapon its power. This is why it simply cannot be given, it must be won. And the story on how it was won gives the power to the new wielder. There's a scene from early in the finale that gives us a big clue and makes sense of this scenario. Earlier, when Boba Fett and Koska Reeves are fighting, Bo Katan yells at them to stop, saying,
"Enough, both of you! If we had shown half that spine to the Empire, we would have never lost our planet."
So this to me shows that maybe not all of Mandalore were 100% in behind Bo Katan in the fight against the Empire, meaning they did not rally behind her as the rightful ruler. Yes, her group of followers were all in, and the clans that were present in that Rebels finale were in, but those were more or less some of the leaders of those respective clans. We don't know if that filtered down to everybody. What about the overall Mandalore population? How did they feel about Bo Katan being given this weapon and just assuming leadership in Mandalore? So since she did not win that Darksaber legitimately, perhaps she wasn't fully recognized as their new ruler, or at least, people, they were not unified. They did not put in the full effort. They were not willing to fight for each other when the going got tough. This is why she has been chasing after Moff Gideon and has specifically said she needs to be the one to defeat him. If she were able to defeat Moff Gideon and take back the Darksaber, that story would be a rallying call for all Mandalorians spread out across the galaxy to rally behind her, giving her the full right to the throne. The only thing I can't understand is the situation, with Darth Maul and Sabine. Maul gave up the saber and was not around to be bested for it. With Sabine finding it, how would Mandalore decide who would rule as no one was currently wielding it to be challenged in combat? So that's all I have for this video. Let me know in the comments if you agree or if you have another theory. And let's be honest, it's Dave Filoni, it's Jon Favreau. They wouldn't create a blatant plot hole, and I believe there are enough clues on screen to make sense of it all. So if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and hit that subscribe button.